Hey, what's going on guys, Shed here and welcome! So today is the first time I've ridden in my new helmet. Put the camera on, so hopefully everything's straight. That's sort of the main purpose of today, is to go out and test it. I thought while we're doing that, I'd sort of give you first impression review of the Shoei GT Air 2. As I said in my previous video, I've worn GT Airs my entire biking life. Apart from when I was sort of doing my licenses and stuff like that, I had to use the instructor's helmets, and I hated them. Absolutely hated them. They were so uncomfortable. First things first, if you're used to a GT Air, it feels very similar. The weight feels the same, the padding in the cheeks feels the same. You know, it is a comfy helmet. I mean, we're only doing 50. It seems, I think that actually seems quieter. It feels very still inside the helmet, so hopefully the microphone's picking everything up okay. It actually feels bigger on the inside. I don't know if it actually is, it's just the visor, it seems more spacious on the inside, but I don't know, the visor just seems a little bit further away. But really nice visibility. I can only see the sides of the helmet if I turn my eyes very sort of tightly. The whole screen area seems a little bit bigger. Yeah, it definitely feels quieter. So they have changed the strap. It's no longer a double D-ring, it's sort of this a ratchet strap, and I must say, well, that was first fly dead on the helmet. I'm really not a fan. So a lot of reviews said the problem with people going to ratchet straps after D-rings is they do it up too tight, and I may have done that because I can sort of feel it putting pressure on my Adam's apple, which I don't really like. May get a little bit noisy. Let's see what the... Wow. So they say they've improved the ventilation on it, and that difference is definitely noticed. Not so much on the front, but obviously I've got the screen there, so that's going to be stopping that. But on the top of the helmet, I barely used to feel it, and I just got a sudden blast of wind come through, so I was doing 60 miles an hour. So the ventilation is definitely better. You can definitely feel that ventilation being a lot better. So I've just put the sunscreen down, you're not going to be able to see it. And they've definitely made that larger. It seems clearer and less distorted. And I know that sounds stupid, but it genuinely does. And also it's much bigger. There's not a big sort of noticeable gap. I mean, there's still a gap, but it's not as noticeable as it used to be. I'd say that first sort of half click is about as airy as the old GT Air, if that. Much more airy. Wow, I like this helmet, because one of the gripes I had about mine was going through Europe, there was no airflow in the helmet on this bike, and it got so hot. This, you can feel it so much better. Now, I'm hoping the camera's okay. Yeah, overall it feels familiar going from the GT Air, like in terms of fit and in terms of comfort. I think they've really refined it. It's much more steady. Like, I used to get a little bit of buffeting coming off the helmet on the mirrors, stuff like that. I'm not getting any of that. There's a bit of a sort of revelation, isn't there? You know, and that's what they're designed to do. They're basically designed to improve. Feels nice and light, doesn't restrict me turning my head. Camera hits there. I think I mounted the camera slightly lower down to what it was, slightly further forward as well. But I noticed they changed all the internals. The air grooves are much bigger running throughout the helmet, which actually made a really nice cable run for the microphone. I don't know why I've done it that way, normally to get rid of some of the cable, I think. Whereas the camera's on the right hand side of my helmet. And so far it seems to have worked nicely. I was a bit worried. It was going to be like the, you know, when you get a packet, your favourite type of biscuit or sweet goes, new improved recipe, and it's terrible. I was a bit worried that was the case, but apart from the ratchet system, I'm yet to find a drawback on the helmet. And I'm actually getting used to that. Sort of talking away, it's not really bothering me. That mechanism, so on my helmet, I really had to slam it down, so it might just be because it's a new mechanism, but the visor seems, but it's a very flush action. Really easy to do. I can just do it with my thumb. And it's got, they've introduced a new sort of little notch at the bottom of the visor. So you can have it just open a little bit, and then there, so it properly goes onto the ratchet there. They've just introduced this sort of half notch here, just to let some extra air in. without flies and stuff hitting you in the face. I don't know what it is. As I said in my video, I just find them good quality helmets that fit my head. And I think a lot of people either have an Arai head or a Shoei head, and they always say if you've got a slight avular head sort of looking down from the crown, then a Shoei will suit you better than an Arai, and vice versa. If you have a round head, an Arai will suit you better. I've tried Arais and they just don't fit as well. I think this was £499 or something like that. It was just short of 500 quid. I mean, my attitude is, you spend so much time on a bike. One, it's what's your head worth in terms of protection. You know, I'd never buy a cheap helmet like £100 helmet. Wouldn't do it. So it's not just the protection element, but it's also the comfort of it. If you have a quiet helmet, so much less tired to ride in. If you have a nice fitted helmet, sort of really comfort, so all those aches and grains and things go away, and just makes your ride so much more enjoyable. I don't know why I'm doing 45. Badger. Oh, don't hit bad. Oh, fucking hell. So yeah, in short, amazing helmet. They seem to have improved on absolutely everything. I've got no aches or pains. Really nice. Now, I've only done a few miles, so it'd be good to test it on a long way. But initial first impressions is an improvement in the previous Shoei GT Air in every way, apart from the chin strap, which isn't bothering me now, so that's all good. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching, and take care.